قناة فلذاتنا.
سبحانك ربي يا رحمن، يا من كرمت بني الإنسان، وجعلت الأسرة تجمعنا وتقينا من لفح الحرمان. إن قام الأب بتربية للروح وأيضا للأبدان، وزرع الخير بأبناء وأسس ذياك البنيان، فسيحصد من ذلك خيرا وسيهزم أجناد الشيطان، ويؤسس بيتا للتقوى ويؤيد من رب منان، ويعامل زوجا بالحسنى ويعمر بيتا بالإحسان.
قناة فلذاتنا.
ويحفظ للأخت محبة، فالأخت كأنفاس الريحان، ويشد بكف لأخيه كي يقفا في وجه الطوفان. أسرتنا يا نعمة ربي، يا وردا أزهر في البستان، يا قارب خير يحمينا إن عصفت أمواج الخلجان. إن عاشت أسرتنا بشرع سنكون معا في بر أمان، سنكون معا في بر أمان.
قناة فلذاتنا.
That's why we all lie. We lie because we are afraid of getting in trouble. We lie because we're afraid of being rejected. We want to please people. Or we want to get away from a tricky situation. It's an easy way out. Or we lie because we feel ashamed of something we've done. Or we lie because we are trapped, we are intimidated, or we're threatened. Or we lie because we are not feeling really good about ourselves. We're just not feeling great and we feel like we should look better, and we will lie to make ourselves look better because we don't feel like we're good enough the way we are. So those are just a few reasons why we lie. And I have here all my notes today on this, but I want to make it really quick. And I also want to say that the fabricating piece of it, it could just be part of the development of an early child. If you have a young child, they are in this development stage where they are pretend play, they are creating things, and there's a lot of fantasy in their lives. So the fabricating can be part of that. And what you want to do, so a few strategies that I would have for you to deal with this is first stop asking those trap questions. Those are questions that you know the answer. So you say, did you wash your hands? Or did you flush when you know they didn't? Or did you clean up your toys when you know they didn't? What you want to do instead is say, I noticed you didn't flush or wash your hands. I noticed you didn't clean up your playroom. Or you can ask a question, what's your plan for cleaning up the playroom? But you don't want to trap them and actually force them to lie or get them kind of creating the conditions, the great conditions for lying. So the next thing you want to do is just come clean and say as it is. This doesn't sound like the truth. So when they are telling a lie, you just say, it doesn't seem like you're telling me the truth. And then explain to them why we lie and that people sometimes don't feel safe to tell the truth. And then try to help them, tell you why they're not feeling safe to tell the truth. You can validate them saying that this is a typical behavior we all do. They're not bad because they do it. That's also not excusing lying. That doesn't mean that it's okay to lie, but you're validating them for doing it and saying that we all do. So that way you are connecting with your child before you can correct with them. You can even share a time when you were a child and you lied, or just yesterday when you lied, so you can connect with them. And then what you want to do is deal with the problem. Instead of looking for the shame and the blame, instead of figuring it out, why are you lying? Or this is not the truth, I want to know the truth. Instead of focusing on all that, focus just on the problem. And a way to do that is get curious and ask genuine questions about what happened, how are you feeling about this, tell me more, and invite your child to open up and have a conversation about this. And you're doing this in a really coming from a place of compassion, a place of empathy, and a place of wanting to help your child. Not from that place of wanting to, again, trap them or wanting to confirm that they really lied and make your case about the fact that they're lying. And what you also want to do is respect your child's privacy. If they do not want to talk to you about something, that's okay. And they should know that that's okay. And the more we try to force things out of them or we're not respecting their privacy, the more we're inviting them to protect their privacy by lying. If we're going into their things, if we're not giving them the space they need, they will develop this mechanism, defense mechanism of lying. And some other tools you can use is just proactive tools. So things you can do on an ongoing daily basis in your parenting is just always reminding them of that message of mistakes are a great opportunity to learn. Mistakes are fine. We do not need to cover them up. We don't need to be embarrassed and ashamed and, feel like we need to tell a lie because of our mistakes. But mistakes are just opportunity to learn. And then also what you can do is help them understand the message of love, the unconditional love, that they are loved no matter what. Otherwise, they feel that they need to lie because of the rejection or the judgment or the criticism, or that somehow they're going to disappoint us. But if they know that doesn't matter what they do, we still love them, then it takes away that pressure to lie. And also, every time they are telling the truth, so ongoing, you thank them. Thank them for telling the truth. So just saying, thank you for telling the truth all the time that they are telling the truth. And that prevents them from saying a lie in the future. Another thing you can do is, and this is kind of a big one and hard for us, stop trying to control your child. The more we do the managing, directing, correcting, reminding, lecturing, all of that, we're actually inviting them to do lie to us. So if we can let go of that control, we will increase the chances that they will be more trustworthy and truthful. So now with the fabricating, if your child is fabricating a story, you can acknowledge them and say, this sounds like a good story. You are so creative. Can you tell me more about it? So they know that it's a story, but you still want to connect and hear more about it. And you also want to make sure you avoid all of that punishing and threatening and shaming around lying, because that is inviting even more lying. And of course, you do want to teach your child morality. And this, of course, will also come as your child grows and their brain develops that sense of morality. But if you do want to teach morality, instead of lecturing, you can just talk about trust, developing trust in your relationship with your child, and building that connectedness and building that authenticity. So you come clean every time you lie. You share times when you lied, or explain that maybe someone cooked something, you said it was delicious and it really wasn't, but you didn't want to hurt their feelings. Or you said so-and-so looked good, or what they did was good, when in fact you didn't really think that, but you did because you wanted to make them happy. Or you did something, you made a mistake and you got in trouble, and you told a lie because that was an easy way out of that trouble. Maybe it was you got pulled over and you said a lie, or maybe you missed a deadline and then you told a lie about why you did, or you forgot something and then you made an excuse. So you can also tell a story of a time when you did something, a terrible thing, or something that you just so out of character and that it was wrong and you feel so ashamed of, and you lied even to a loved one because you felt ashamed, or because you didn't want them to reject you. So those are just reasons why we lie, and that you can bring to them to teach them that sense of morality. And then talk about how trust is something that we build. Trust is not a given. We don't just trust our children, and we shouldn't trust our children. And some parents of teenagers come to me or they say, oh, but I need to trust them. And I say, no, you don't. We should not trust our children, and especially if they're older than teenager. Of course, their job is to challenge everything that they know to be truth. So, and to do the sneaking and all that. So we need to tell them that trust is something that it's built, and in all relationships, and that we do make mistakes and we lose people's trust, and it's so quick to lose someone's trust and so hard to build that again.